Hello and welcome to another video. We are doing another tier list because they're fun and we're just gonna pump our content because everyone is at home. So we're doing another tier list. This time it's gonna be DC films. So this is gonna be live action ones. I haven't got the Superman, the movie, Superman 2, Superman 3, Superman 4. I haven't seen them for ages, so they are not going to be in this. So let's get right down to this because this is going to be a bit of a interesting topic, I think. So we're going to get into this right now. Okay, we are going to start here with Aquaman. Where do I put Aquaman? And to me, Aquaman is good. It's a good film. I like Aquaman. I think it is fun, enjoyable. The characters are good. Ocean Master is decent as a villain. Decent. I like the story behind it. We got to see Aquaman's origin. And we got to see more of that. And we got to see Atlantis. We got to see how they delve into their history. How they solve things down there in Atlantis. I thought it was fun. The CGI in moments are here and there, a bit iffy, but overall I thoroughly had fun with Aquaman and I was very surprised it made $1 billion. I didn't think it would, but it did, and kudos to it. Okay, Batman Forever. Look, for me, Batman Forever is going to go in the average. Batman Forever, average. I thoroughly enjoyed Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey as the villains. Val Kilmer was pretty good as Batman as well. Robin, yeah, was okay. Look, this could have been worse. It could have been worse. This is an older film as well. These are the Batmans that I grew up with watching, and I don't have major issues with this. I just think it's an average film. It's sort of back in those days, so I don't think it's as par as The Dark Knights and all that stuff, but it's an average film. It's worth a watch. Batman Returns, average as well. I think that's an average film as well. Penguin and Catwoman as the villains are quite good. This is Michael Keaton as Batman, which I did like him as Batman as well. I had no problems with it. This film, again, back in the day as well, watching it. It's been a while since I've watched it, but I think it's an average one. It's a decent sequel to the first Batman. Which we come to the first Batman now, which I think is good. It is a good one. Michael Keaton as Batman was great. Jack Nicholson as the Joker, absolutely loved him as the Joker. He was a completely different Joker than what we've got from Heath and Joaquin. And Jared Leto. This is a completely different Joker, and I think that Joker worked well for this Batman universe that they were building at that time. I think it worked well. He had motive, he had everything I wanted in a Batman movie back in '89 when it was made. Batman vs. Robin. Really effing shite. That's what tier it's going in, really effing shite. I mean, this is just an absolute this is really bad, this film. Yeah, this is, yeah, I'm just going to leave it there, because it's not a good film. Batman Begins. Some of you may be surprised by this. God tier. I actually really thoroughly enjoyed Batman Begins. I think it is the best origin story of a superhero character, in my opinion. I loved it. I love seeing the backstory of how Bruce Wayne becomes Batman, how he develops that side of him. He goes in to become a criminal, to understand the criminal mind, to understand the underworld, so that he can counteract it properly, sorry, should I say. And Ra's al Ghul, Liam Neeson as the villain, fantastic. Absolutely thoroughly enjoyed him as the villain, and I thought it was a great story. Batman vs Superman, shite. I hate this movie. I really do. The Martha scene, that makes no fucking sense. Why would you stop that? There's just so many things about this Batman vs Superman that they absolutely destroyed it. Doomsday. What the fuck did Doomsday look like? He looked like a pile of shit you just pulled out of the freaking toilet. He didn't even look like Doomsday. Jesse Eisenberg was so miscasted as Lex Luthor. I didn't believe him as Lex Luthor at all. This, like, oh my god, it's just so many fucking stupid problems. This movie, I hate Batman vs Superman. Absolutely fucking hate it. Birds of Prey. Good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. again, there's no real plot or story behind it. It doesn't really, like, you could take it out and it doesn't mean anything. It's not really a Birds of Prey, it's a Harley Quinn film. But I like Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. I thought she was outstanding. And I thought, what's his name? God, it's right there. Ewan McGregor as Black Mask was absolutely fantastic. I thought he owned that role, and he was really, really good as the villain. I had no problems with it. I like the action sequences. I think one of the action sequences in this film are some of the best in the DC. Catwoman. Really effing shite. Really effing shite. I mean, do I need to speak about Catwoman with Halle Berry? It's really bad. It's one of those movies that should never have been made. It's in the holy trinity of worst movies ever. That's how bad this fucking movie is. The Dark Knight. No surprise there. God tier. Heath Ledger. Absolutely fantastic as the villain as Joker. I mean, to me, it is one or two. It's either first or second as the best comic book film of all time. I love The Dark Knight. Absolutely love this film. I think the way that the Joker character in this film is really, really compelling. And he has a lot of good motives. Well, not good motives, but like good motives as a villain character that you can understand why he's doing things and stuff like that. And how he is the counteraction to what Batman stands for. He's the complete opposite. He's the chaotic version of the Joker. And I thoroughly enjoyed that. The Dark Knight Rises. Great. I think it's great. I mean, I think they botched the Bane character a bit. I think the Bane character could have been a lot better. And like, I wasn't a big fan of the twist. They sort of like cucked Bane in a way. But to me, this had a lot more potential to be on the Dark Knight. Like the Dark Knight trilogy could have had 3 God movies easily. This one was just a step down for me. Yeah, they could have made it a lot better. Okay, let's move on to the Green Lantern. Green Lantern, average. Look, I recently rewatched it. I don't think it's as bad as most people make it out of it. I like Ryan Reynolds. I thought he did a good job in this. The CGI could be better. The villain could be better. I mean, there's a lot of things about this film that could be so much better. But unfortunately, yeah. I still think it's average. I don't think it's effing shite. But, I mean, we'll just stick it in the average. Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. Easy. God tier. This to me was the best movie last year. I mean, this is such a compelling character development story. This is all character. Joaquin Phoenix carries this film on his shoulders. He does a fantastic job portraying Arthur Fleck. Sorry. I can't even speak properly. Yeah, I just love this Joker. I mean, it's so grounded in reality, like the Dark Knight trilogy is, that this could happen one day. Potentially, like, it's got that type of potential that it opens some eyes into you. And there's so many, I did so many videos on it. I did video of the psychology behind the Joker. It is just one of those films that is just absolutely so good and transcends the genre. Justice League, average for me. I think Justice League is average. There's lots of problems in the Justice League. The villain, absolutely bland. Steppenwolf is bland and boring. Do not give a single fuck about him. Look, this to me, the Justice League was a bit rushed. There's no backstory to the Flash and the Cyborg. It's kind of just brushed over throughout the whole thing. You have the moustache problem at the start with Superman. We all knew Superman was getting resurrected. I mean, you're not going to have Justice League without Superman, simple as. I just think that this was sort of just shoehorned in, and yeah, it was kind of like, well, we need to catch up to Marvel, let's just do this, and they didn't execute it well at all. Obviously, the drama with Zack Snyder and his daughter I think it was his daughter passing, obviously that's unforeseen events, and there's nothing to do about it. His family means more than the movie. That's fair enough, I totally understand that, but overall, Warner Brothers did not handle it well at all. Man of Steel, God tier. I love Man of Steel. I think it's my favorite. It is my favorite DC EU film. I thoroughly love this. Like, this to me is the most underrated comic book film of all time. Why? Is because this is what I think what most people don't tend to realize with Man of Steel is they're always going about, oh, Superman just blowing up things and everything like that. Like, he doesn't care. You gotta remember, this guy just found out he is Superman. He literally just found out he has these abilities. Well, he knew he had the abilities, but he's been Superman for one day. One day. Aliens have just come in that are threatening to take over the world. I mean, cut the guy some slack. Like, this is what's going to happen. And he is learning as he's going. He is not Superman yet. He is just starting out to be Superman. And he's trying to fit in. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to fit in, trying to understand how he can use his powers for good. And I think there's just so much with Kevin Costner as, what's his name, Jonathan Kent. As Jonathan Kent is just so good. There is so much in this. I will defend Man of Steel with my life. I actually really like that film. Then we've got Shazam. Great. I love the Shazam films. The Shazam film. I love it. I thought Zachary Levi was perfect casting for this film. I love that this movie, Shazam, to me, it's exactly how I would have been if I was their age and I was a superhero. The exact same. Like, this is just, someone just come into my house and went, let's just, while I'm asleep, let's take this out of his mind. What would he do if he was a teenager with superhero powers? And they just took it out and they made a movie out of it. And that's Shazam. The villain could have been better. Yes, he could have been. But I absolutely love this story. I cannot wait for Shazam 2. I cannot wait for Black Adam. It is just, I love Shazam. It is fun. It is so fun. Suicide Squad. It's effing shite. There's just so much going on that doesn't, it's just plotline. The only two things in this movie that save it, that make it bear watchable, is Will Smith as Deadshot, I believe. Is it Deadshot? I think he's Deadshot. And Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. Them two save this film. Otherwise, I don't give a shit about anything else that happens. It's a shitty story. It made no sense. Like, you live in a fucking world where there's Batman and Superman, but yet you're sending this Suicide Squad. Just get that fucking shit out of here. Superman Returns. Average for me. Look, this was when they tried to redo Superman again, and the story just didn't work. The story didn't work. Like, they're at a point where they're trying to, like, Superman is a very hard character to try and really do properly because of how OP he is. So it's hard to do a story on it, and Superman Returns, unfortunately, is just an average film for me. It doesn't excel at anything really. I mean, obviously Brandon Routh as Superman is great, but that's about it really. And Wonder Woman to top it off is great. I love the Wonder Woman film. I mean, it is just fantastic. The No Man's Land scene is fantastic. I think Ares could have been done a bit better, but overall the storyline is phenomenal. The story is perfect, and I have absolutely no problems whatsoever with Wonder Woman being great. It is fantastic, and I'm so excited for Wonder Woman 84 when we get a chance to watch it because of what's going on. So, but that's all I got for you today. That's my tier list of all the DC films. Let me know in the comments what are yours, and give us some more recommendations. I can't even speak. Give me some more recommendations on tier lists that you want to see. You might want to see food tier list. I will give it a go. I mean, whatever you want, let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to. And check me out on all social media. Peace.